As you can see, today we are at the Bud International Circuit and, well, fortunately, the weather is a little cool later in the evening, but the motorcycle we are going to ride today is quite a hot one. So let's meet the motorcycles before we go out and have fun on the track. So the hot bike I was referring to a little earlier is the Suzuki GSX-S750. Now this was shown earlier at the Auto Expo and has now been launched at a competitive price of rupees 7.45 lakh ex-showroom Delhi. Now at this price, the Suzuki GSX-S750 will directly take on the likes of the Kawasaki Z900 and a little more expensive Triumph Street Triple S. But we're on the track today and it's time to find out how good this motorcycle is when it comes to pure performance. Now once I headed out on the track, the first thing I noticed and fell in love with was the way this motorcycle sounds. The exhaust has a deep bass and combined with the reworked air intake, the overall audible effect is immensely satisfying. Powering the GSX-S750 is a 749cc inline 4-cylinder motor with a power output of about 113 horsepower at 10,500 rpm and 81 newton meters of torque at 9,000 rpm. Response from the motor at low revs is good, and while we are yet to ride the motorcycle on roads, the drivability shouldn't be an issue at all. On the track, it hardly took any time for me to get used to the dynamics of the GSX-S750, and by the second lap already, I was committing myself completely into corners, and by the third lap, my braking distance too had reduced significantly. The ABS kicked in regularly to control things, but having an option to switch it off would have been better. The engine offers impressive acceleration once past about 5,000 rpm, and this meant that powering out of corners was never a challenge. Mid-range and top end turned out to be impressive on the motorcycle, and on the back straight, I was able to touch a top whack of 232 km indicated on the speedo. The 6-speed gearbox is slick and worked perfectly on the track, and its well-matched ratios should make it a treat to use in real-world conditions as well. Despite being one of the oldest engines in its segment, the engine impressed us a lot and can hold firmly against any of its competitors in the country. The other impressive aspect about the motorcycle was the handling. Despite weighing 215 kilograms, the motorcycle was flickable and leaned into corners with ease. With the KYV inverted forks in front and a monoshock at the rear and Bridgestone Battlax Hypersport S21 tires, grip through the corners was easy to find and always more than reassuring even when pushing hard. Helping matters further was the traction control system, which allows for 3 modes with varying level of intervention. Now with 200 km per hour being reached regularly through the evening, brakes had a critical role to play, and boy oh boy did they impress. Initial bite is excellent and feedback from the lever and pedal is good, allowing for more confidence in the machine. Now this is a naked street fighter, and hence you see the aggressive design. It's a menacing design, no nonsense at all. Right from the front to the rear, what you have is an edgy design with a lot of sharp angles. And this gives the GSX-S750 a very aggressive character, the perfect one that goes along for a street fighter, a naked one. Now at the front you have a small yet sleek sharp headlamp, but moving towards the side is where the action really begins. On the side you've got this huge bulbous tank cladding, and this gives it an edgy proportion, a lot of aggressive stance. Further you have this engine, again exposed engine, gives a lot of character to the overall street fighter design. It's a large exhaust on the side. Again, while the overall design is quite sharp, I think the designers could have been a little more creative with the exhaust design. It's not bad, but it just feels a little too simple. So it's been a great day out on the track with the Suzuki GSX-S750, and the motorcycle has proven to be a great performer on track. The best thing about this motorcycle is its versatility. So while we haven't yet ridden it on the street, I am sure
this is going to perform brilliantly on streets and on the track too. Well, it feels almost at home. At 7.45 lakh ek showroom, this motorcycle is priced quite comparatively, and for the price you get a good nice set of features. You get ABS, you get traction control which you can customize as per your riding preference. You get a great chassis and a great tire setup which gives you phenomenal mechanical grip throughout the corners. So overall, when you put all of this together at its price tag, the Suzuki GSX-S750, also locally assembled in India, is a very competitive motorcycle and should be a cause of worry for the likes of the Triumph Street Triple S and the Kawasaki Z900. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button and share it as well. For anything else from the world of wheels, please log on to www.expressdrives.com. Till the next time we meet again with a good motorcycle or a car, please drive safe, obey all traffic rules, and always wear a helmet when riding a two-wheeler.